Alright, we're reviewing for our test. Okay, the test does include stuff like growth and decay, graphing both growth and decay problems. It involves if you have A and a point and if you have 2 points. I'm going to start with A and a point and then move on to quite a few with 2 points because that's what you guys struggled with the most. If we have A and a point, you're going to get a formula that is y equals a b bx. Okay? So our first step, ladies and gentlemen, is to figure out what x and y are. So we're going to label this x, we're going to label this y. We're going to simply stick it into this little equation right here. 5 equals a, which is 1, b we don't know, x is negative 1. Yes, ma'am. This is a and a point. Okay, so I divide by 1 and I get 5 equals b to the negative 1. Okay, what do I do when I have something to the negative first power? I flip it, so I get 1/5 equals b. If I plug 1/5 in for b, 1/5 b to the negative 1 would be 5, so I know I have the correct answer. So now I'm just going to plug it back in my equation and I'm done. Y equals 1 times 1/5 to the x. Please circle your answer so I know where it is in your paper. Reggie, do you have a question? If you just show this much work, that's fine. Please make sure you put this in. Yes? Why did I change? Because it's taken to the negative 1 power. You got to flip it. Okay, now we're going to do the whole 2-point thing. So I think this is where we have some confusion. Okay, so I'm going to do one of these problems where I go through my full steps here, and then I'm going to do one using the shortcut. All right? So the first step for both of them is to label x, y, x, y. Okay? My second step is to put them in the equation. 1/3 equals a and b we don't know, to the negative 2, and 1 equals a, b to the negative 1. CJ, you have a question? Yes, you can just do that. Yep. I'm going to show you one way using the long way and one way using the short way. All right, now I'm going to get a by itself. So I'm going to divide both sides by b to the negative 2. These cancel. I'm left with 1/3 over b to the negative 2 equals a. Then I'm going to use this side. I'm going to divide both sides by b to the negative 1. Excuse me. 1, thank you. 1 over b to the negative 1 equals a. Now, once I'm at this step, sorry, did you miss some of that? Yeah. Okay, now that we're here, we're going to set them equal to each other. 1/3 over b to the negative 2 equals 1 over b to the negative 1. Now what do I do? Cross multiply, good. We're going to cross multiply. 1/3 b to the negative 1 equals 1 times b to the negative 2. After that, we're going to divide to get b alone. My suggestion is to whichever one has the smallest exponent. Negative 2 in this case is the smallest exponent, so I'm going to divide both sides by b to the negative 2. These cancel. 1 minus a negative 2 is 1 plus 2, so that's 1. So this is where I had most people mess up on their quiz. So are we confused about those exponents? Yes, ma'am. Well, it looks like this. B to the negative 1 minus a negative 2. 2 negatives make it positive, and then negative 1 plus 2 gives me 1. Okay? Because whenever we're dividing by exponents, we're subtracting. Now I'm going to divide 1/3 by both sides. This is where I had a lot of other mistakes. 1 divided by 1/3 is 3. Once I know what b is, I'm going to plug it back in to one of these problems up here. For example, 1/3 to the negative 1 equals a. So we flip it, and we get 3 equals a. So my answer is y equals 3 times 3 to the x. Yes? Because otherwise, I don't know if you know how to do the process. As you go higher up in math, you'll have to show less work. Yes, Jason?
How do you do that?
Okay, so I took one of the equations that had a by itself, for example, that one, and I said 1/3 to the negative 1. What happens when we have something negative 1? We flip it, so that's how we got 3.
So, but just
From the b. From the b. Yes?
If we just had 1, you wouldn't flip it, it would just be 1/3.
Right. Good. Hey, are you guys ready for another one? Let's do another one. Okay, for this one, we're going to do the shortcut. You are going to come up with a really funky decimal for this one, just warning you. Okay, so we're going to get -1/2 over b to the negative 1. Does everybody see why? We're plugging into this equation right here. y1 is -1/2, b, x1 is -1. Okay, and that equals y2 is -1 over b, x2 is 1. So we skipped all the way down to number 4. Okay, so this skips 1, 2, 3, and we're all the way down to 4. So now I'm going to cross multiply. -1/2 b to the first equals -1 b to the negative first. Now I'm going to do what? Divide by b to the negative 1. Remember that gives us -1/2 b to the first minus the negative 1, so it becomes plus, equals -1. So that's -1/2 b squared equals -1. Now I'm going to divide by a -1/2. And I'm going to get b squared equals 2.
What's that? 1 plus 1?
Yes, 1 plus 1. These cancel. That's what we'll have. Now what do I do when I have b squared? I'm going to square root. Squaring is very different than square root, so make sure you say it right. Second x squared, square root times on top of it, 2 equals. Done. We are going to approximate, we're going to say b is approximately 1.4. Once you have b, what do we have to still find? A. So we go back, we pick either side of this equation. I'm going to pick this side. We're going to put b 1.4. So -1 divided by 1.4 gives us -0.7. So A is approximately -0.7. So we have y equals -0.7 times 1.4 to the x.
Otherwise,
Yes, Justin? You need down further? Good? Then do it that way. Whichever way works for you. Just a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, I do need the quiz, the growth and decay quiz from Marshawn, Nick, Justin, Jessica, and Eddie. I need the exponential rating one for Marshawn, Ashley, CJ, Reggie, Jamie, Sydney, Nick, Dominic, and Brandon. So don't forget those, please. Yes. Yes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to move down. We're going to do a story problem. You purchase a car for $1,000. The value of the car declines by 4% per year. How much is the car worth 2 years after you bought it? First of all, is it a decline problem or a growth problem? Decline? Okay. So we know we use this equation. P times 1 minus R to the T. What is my P? What is my beginning value?
1,000.
So this is the P. What is my rate?
4%.
What is my time? So now we just plug it in. 1,000 times 1 minus, do I put 4 down?
No.
Do I put 0.4 down?
0.0.
0.04 to the 2. And then I simply take my calculator and plug this in exactly. I say 1,000 parentheses 1 minus 0.04 raised to the 2 gives me $921.60. That's how much my car is worth 2 years later. Well, you bought the car for $1,000, so